Good, happy Thursday, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Thursday edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Thursday, but first we're going to begin with a look at your weather. The weather right now is cloudy, 47 degrees. The unsettled stretch continues with shower chances. With more on that, let's go to meteorologist Kevin Scribba with a full weather forecast. And rain is possible at 10:45 a.m. this morning.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more reliability, durability.
Looks like a cloudy and cool day with temperatures hung up in the 50s, but occasional rain chances, which turns into a steadier rain later this afternoon and possibly some beneficial rain later on this evening. There could be a few spots later tonight, early tomorrow that are totaling up over an inch of actual rainfall. I think the best chance of that will be in the southern half of the state out of this. Temperatures today, as I mentioned, will go anywhere from the lower and mid-50s across the region. Coolest readings will likely be with a light onshore wind at the shoreline, while will be as high as 55 to 60 in a couple of inland sections with clouds, and the rain shower chances really starting to increase through the afternoon. Steadiest late in the day and into this evening, as you'll see here on Futurecast. As I mentioned, locally, over an inch of rain is a possibility. I think the best chance of that will be in the southern half of the state as we go through tonight and first thing tomorrow morning with the drier conditions going north of the notches. From there, we'll be looking for some lingering shower activity. Looks like for the North Country, your better chance of a more organized rainfall will be during the daylight hours Friday, while for southern New Hampshire, one or two sunny breaks and temperatures trying to climb above 60 degrees during the afternoon. So better rain chances later this afternoon and tonight for the southern half of the state, better rain chances tomorrow for the North Country. As it pulls away, a wind out of the northwest for Saturday. Could be a few gusts over 30 miles an hour. Temperatures back into the 60s for the most part, some upper 50s up in the North Country. And then from there, passing shower possibility on Sunday. Another system trying to wander in Monday and Tuesday as we kind of have a little bit of a market correction from all the dry weather we've had lately to better rain chances here going forward. Today, 50s for most, cloudy and cool, some periods of rain. It will be steadiest later this afternoon and this evening. Heavy at times later tonight with lows in the 40s. Tomorrow, a few sunny breaks for southern areas could be the difference of climbing above 60, while the steadiest of the rain will likely be in the North Country. It could end as a couple of snowflakes late Friday night, early Saturday up in the White Mountains and the Great North Woods. Pretty good wind out of the northwest for Saturday, and partly sunny skies and a bit milder with a chance of a passing shower Sunday.
Okay, and there you go on that weather forecast from meteorologist Kevin Scribba. And let's now take a look at your traffic for this morning. And here's a look at the traffic for all of you. In Henniker, you're seeing smooth sailing. Hopkinton, smooth sailing. Bow, Pembroke, and Concord, all smooth sailing. Boscawen, smooth sailing as well. Chichester, smooth sailing with a tiny spot of medium pace traffic. Epsom, smooth sailing. Northwood, smooth sailing. And Lee, smooth sailing with some medium pace traffic. Durham, smooth sailing with some medium pace traffic. Rochester, smooth sailing with medium pace traffic, and Somersworth, smooth sailing with medium pace traffic. Dover, smooth sailing with medium pace traffic. Newington, smooth sailing with some medium pace traffic, and Portsmouth, smooth sailing. Portsmouth and Tulane, smooth sailing with some medium and slow pace traffic. Rye, smooth sailing with some medium pace traffic. Northampton, smooth sailing. Hampton, smooth sailing with medium pace traffic. And Seabrook, smooth sailing with some medium pace traffic and construction going into the border of Massachusetts. 101, all clear on 101. Great ride on 101 today. In the hooks in Manchester area, smooth sailing. Bedford, smooth sailing with a little spot of medium pace traffic. Amherst, smooth sailing with some medium pace traffic. And Milford, smooth sailing. Merrimack, smooth sailing. In Nashua, smooth sailing with some medium pace traffic. Nashua, Milford, smooth sailing. Derry, Londonderry, Windham, Salem, smooth sailing with some spots of medium pace traffic. And that is a look at your traffic for this Thursday morning. And now here's a live look at your traffic cam. I-93 traffic cam provided by New Hampshire DOT. As you can see, cars off in the distance, and it is very quiet on I-93 in Bow, New Hampshire. And that is a look at your traffic cam. And now let's take a look at your COVID-19 numbers in New Hampshire. There are 94,405 number of people in New Hampshire have tested positive for COVID-19. There are 1,296 number of deaths from COVID-19 in New Hampshire, and there are 84 current number of hospitalizations for COVID-19 in New Hampshire. Now let's get to your news. First up, restaurants looking to fill thousands of jobs as more people go out to eat. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more reliability, durability.
Been certainly challenging.
Mike Summers, president and CEO of the New Hampshire Lodging and Restaurant Association, estimates there are anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000 jobs open right now in the industry statewide.
We have certainly seen that some folks have moved on to other careers. They just couldn't wait any longer and couldn't make ends meet on the unemployment they were receiving.
Another factor, J-1 visas, allowing workers from overseas, which New Hampshire relies on heavily.
A lot of those countries have travel restrictions in place. The U.S. consulates are unable to process applications fast enough.
And as more diners head out to restaurants, the Lodging and Restaurant Association has held job fairs to try and fill those positions.
We've had a couple where we had, 50 or 60 employers at a virtual job fair, and we had 25 people that actually showed up and looking for jobs. And when I say we had 56 employers, they all had 20, 30, 40, 50 jobs open for each of them.
We're really trying to go above and beyond and exceed people's expectations.
Sean Brown of the Common Man Restaurant says they've been excited to see a rise in diners starting in March.
We're actively trying to hire for the summer right now. Typically, we'd be waiting a little while longer. But we know that there's a lot of competition for the qualified employees that we have in the state.
Summers says some restaurants are reducing hours to give their staff a break. His hope,
hopefully folks will see this piece and get excited and get out and apply. I mean, there's just a ton of jobs available.
The New Hampshire Lodging and Restaurant Association is holding multiple virtual job fairs in May. In Manchester, I'm Cherise LeClaire, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. New Hampshire-based Amusement operator opens a carnival for the first time since the pandemic. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
The Season Pass Spring Sale is on right now at Gunstock Mountain Resort. Don't miss your opportunity to...
The rides, the food, the games are back. Fiesta Shows, New England's largest traveling amusement operator, is based in Seabrook and starting this season with one carnival unit on the road.
Typically, we have 2 to 3 in a non-COVID era. So, and obviously, we'll be ramping up, as the COVID restrictions make it more feasible with multiple states being able to operate. Currently, we're around 50 employees, but typically we're around 100 to 120.
Guests to the carnival at JFK Coliseum in Manchester are now asked to go contactless, buying tickets online and scanning at rides and games, helping control the crowd size. Signs encourage social distancing, anything touched must be sanitized, and masks are required even outside for guests and employees.
The specific amusement park, carnival guidance from the state of New Hampshire, it was issued on April 1st, still requires that guests wear masks over the age of 2. So that has not been updated yet on the official website, so we're still enforcing it at this time.
The owner of this third-generation family business says it's just great to be back in the game.
Especially after last year, everybody couldn't wait to get back to work.
Next week, the carnival travels to Concord, the family hoping to stay safely open this year, all the way through fair season in the fall. In Manchester, Jean Mackin, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. As COVID-19 cases trend down, younger people make up greater population of hospitalizations. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more reliability, durability.
Back on January 1st, the highest numbers of new cases were among 20 to 29-year-olds and those 50 to 59, about 129 a day average over 7 days. Overall case numbers in every age group have dropped since then, and vaccination rates have had a noticeable effect. 32% of those 50 to 59 are now vaccinated, the rate of new cases in that age group dropping 70%, compared to a 46% drop in 20 to 29-year-olds, with just 9% fully vaccinated. That age group still with the largest overall number of new cases, and now it's those 10 to 19 years old with the second highest.
We've had children in their teens up through 20s. We've seen the entire range.
As overall hospitalizations trend down, hospitals like Wentworth Douglas seeing a lower average age of those they are treating, but better overall outcomes.
They're not coming in as sick. They're able to recover and go home and be well again. And that's a definite hopeful trend and definitely related to the vaccination.
We prioritized the elderly and the medically vulnerable, and we're seeing a reduction in the number of those patients that are being hospitalized. And certainly, the fatality rate has come down tremendously.
But experts say it's not over yet.
We do have a handful of very ill individuals in our CCU at this time that we're caring for.
While those in the medical community do express some cautious optimism, they continue to stress the importance of getting vaccinated. We're live in Portsmouth. Jennifer Crompton, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Two more Granite Staters die of COVID-19 cases. Hospitalizations continue to fall.
Summit Packaging Systems is hiring for all shifts. Summit knows stability, security, and growth are extremely valuable. You'll develop skills to succeed and earn steady income and benefits. Apply online at summitpackagingsystems.com/careers today.
Yesterday alone, 17,000 people, more people rather, got their first shot in New Hampshire. More than 56% of the state has had at least one dose, and 25.7% of the state's population is fully vaccinated. Today, the state announcing 243 new cases and 2 new deaths, neither of which were linked to a long-term care facility. A total of 84 people are hospitalized. 2,500 people have active cases.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. New data shows nearly 25,000 New Hampshire businesses received PPP loans. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
For the easy and the complex, the small stuff and the big. We're here with the affordable local loans, easy to manage accounts, and financial advice to help you blaze a trail, figure stuff out, and make your money go farther. We're Granite State Credit Union. Live bold.
The Paycheck Protection Program helped just under 25,000 businesses in New Hampshire stay afloat in some of the darkest times of the pandemic.
So having that kind of confidence, you have some money set aside in the form of this loan was huge. It was a lifesaver, to be honest with you, put it in one word, for us and quite a few other businesses.
1/3 of the businesses in the state needed help across all industries, including nonprofits.
In New Hampshire, we had loans as small as $1,000. Obviously, that would be to a sole proprietor, and as high as just under $10 million.
60% of the proceeds from the loans needed to be used for payroll and to rehire furloughed or laid off workers. Construction businesses in the state received the most funding.
They were really aggressive in applying for the loans. They don't make up the largest segment of businesses in the state, but they did receive the most loans.
The entertainment industry also among those who received funds, like Santa's Village.
We needed this to help us through the off season and to get us up and running.
All loans were forgiven as long as certain criteria was met.
Mostly it really does go to payroll and payroll taxes and health insurance for employees. That's the bulk of it.
There was a second round of PPP loans released earlier this year, targeted towards more smaller businesses. Data could be released on those in the coming months. Reporting in Allenstown, Kristen Carosa, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Man in prison for killing pregnant teenager seeks sentence reduction. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
The Season Pass Spring Sale is on right now at Gunstock Mountain Resort. Don't miss your opportunity to score the guarantee.
He was a teenager when he went behind bars for murder, but now Shane Pitts is asking for an early release from prison for shooting 19-year-old Melody DeRosia Waters and burying her in his Hopkinton basement in 1991.
I apologize for everything that I've done. It was a horrible crime. Some people can forgive me, others will never forgive me.
The 19-year-old victim was pregnant when Pitts shot her 3 times. Pitts was sentenced to a minimum of 40 years in prison, but under state law, he is asking the court to suspend the final 10 years of that minimum and make him eligible for parole. The victim's mother has met with Pitts in the past and written letters asking for leniency.
My daughter and I, both very forgiving people, and she would not want this. I don't want this. And I think that after near 30 years, he has suffered enough.
But prosecutors say Pitts is far from a model prisoner, and giving him a chance at early parole sends the wrong message. And not every family member wants to see Pitts get out.
I do not agree that he should have a sentence reduction. Melody doesn't. Her baby doesn't. Our family doesn't. You know, they'll never see her.
The judge said that he will issue a decision later. Reporting live, I'm Andy Hirschberger, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Feds search Rudy Giuliani's NYC home office. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC 7 NY.
The pandemic hit, our school closed. A week later, I was diagnosed with cancer. I went into the
And with that search of the home of Rudy Giuliani, and FBI agents executed the search warrant this morning. ABC News is reporting it is related to an investigation into Giuliani's alleged lobbying efforts abroad during the Trump presidency.
Now, sources tell ABC News electronic devices, including his cell phone, were confiscated. Eyewitness News reporter Mike Mars is live on the Upper East Side with the very latest. Mike.
Liz and David, federal officials searching Rudy Giuliani's office and home as part of this ongoing investigation into his alleged lobbying efforts in Ukraine. Right now, about 24 cameras from all over the world are staked outside, but so far, we have not seen Rudy Giuliani today. By afternoon, 24 cameras spilled into East 66th Street, staking out Rudy Giuliani's Upper East Side building as neighbors trained their cell phones on the action that started at dawn.
They were like police just leaving the building and then just like walking around the blocks.
This morning, federal agents served search warrants at Giuliani's office and Upper East Side home. Sources telling ABC News they seized electronics, including his cell phone.
I've seen a few FBI agents. I feel like
the former New York mayor and President Trump's personal attorney is the focus of a federal investigation over his dealings with Ukraine, a key focus of President Trump's first impeachment.
There's got to be credible reason, for a judge to issue a search warrant.
Giuliani was at the center of then President Trump's efforts to dig up dirt on Democratic rival Joe Biden, pressing Ukraine to investigate Biden and his son Hunter, who is on the board of a Ukrainian energy company. Hunter Biden now faces a criminal tax Justice Department investigation. The FBI's probe into Giuliani stalled last summer after the Trump administration tried to block it. Now, newly confirmed Attorney General Merrick Garland okayed the inquiry.
I hope if he's done something wrong, that justice is served, just like it would to any one of us.
The Justice Department requires that applications for search warrants served on lawyers be approved by senior department officials. Today's search warrant signals an aggressive turning point in the probe. Giuliani's attorney telling the New York Times what they did today was legal thuggery. Also, we are hearing late today that federal officials served a search warrant at a Washington, D.C. area attorney, a person who is known to be a close ally of Giuliani and an occasional advisor to former President Trump. That search warrant in D.C. is linked to the activity here in New York today.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report.
Whatever.
And thank you for joining us for this Thursday edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Have a great Thursday, everyone, and see you tomorrow for another newscast. Goodbye, everyone.